A tale of two gag orders, comparing Matt Taylor and Donald Trump. This is a Guerrilla Democracy News special report. In the current political landscape, the intersection of law and free speech has created a contentious environment for public figures. Two prominent individuals, Matt Taylor in the UK and Donald Trump in the US, find themselves at the heart of this debate. Both are under court orders restricting their ability to speak freely about their respective legal predicaments, drawing parallels in their accusations of injustice and election interference. Matt Taylor, a silenced candidate in the UK. Matt Taylor, a controversial figure in UK politics, claims he is too frightened to declare himself a candidate in the upcoming general election. Taylor alleges that he has been repeatedly arrested on malicious and frivolous charges, which he contends are intended to prevent him from running for office. According to Taylor, the legal actions against him are not only unfounded but also strategically designed to interfere with his political ambitions. Taylor's predicament is exacerbated by a court order that prevents him from discussing his legal cases publicly. He argues that this gag order stifles his ability to defend himself in the court of public opinion and to inform potential voters of the injustices he believes he is suffering. For Taylor, this situation represents a direct attack on democratic principles, as he is effectively muzzled during a critical period in the electoral process. Donald Trump, gagged in the US. Across the Atlantic, former President Donald Trump faces a similar, yet distinctly American, version of this dilemma. Trump, embroiled in multiple legal battles, is under court orders that limit his ability to comment publicly on his cases. These restrictions are meant to prevent him from potentially influencing jurors, witnesses, or the broader judicial process through his public statements. Trump has vehemently opposed these gag orders, framing them as an infringement on his First Amendment rights. He asserts that the legal system is being weaponized against him to prevent his re-election bid in 2024, portraying himself as a victim of political persecution. This narrative resonates with his base, who view the gag orders as further proof of a biased system intent on silencing their leader. Parallels in perception and strategy. Both Taylor and Trump have crafted narratives that cast them as martyrs of a corrupt system. They claim that the legal constraints placed upon them are not about justice but are instead tools of political suppression. This perception allows them to rally their supporters by portraying themselves as underdogs fighting against powerful, unseen forces. Differences in context. Despite the similarities, the contexts in which Taylor and Trump operate are markedly different. Taylor's situation is set against the backdrop of the UK's parliamentary system, where allegations of legal harassment are relatively uncommon in mainstream politics. His fears of arrest and the potential impact on his candidacy reflect a unique intersection of local law enforcement and national politics. In contrast, Trump's situation unfolds within the highly polarized and media-saturated environment of US politics. The former president's legal battles are front-page news, and his claims of political interference are scrutinized and amplified by a vast media ecosystem. Additionally, the US legal system's focus on jury trials adds a layer of complexity to the enforcement of gag orders, given the potential influence of public opinion on legal proceedings. The impact on democracy. The cases of Matt Taylor and Donald Trump highlight significant concerns about the balance between legal processes and democratic participation. When court orders limit a candidate's ability to speak, they potentially influence the electoral process by restricting the flow of information. Supporters of Taylor and Trump argue that such restrictions undermine the fundamental democratic principle of free and open debate. However, proponents of the gag orders emphasize the importance of maintaining the integrity of the legal process. They argue that allowing high-profile individuals to speak freely about their cases could lead to prejudiced outcomes, undermining the fairness of trials and the rule of law. In conclusion, the situations of Matt Taylor and Donald Trump serve as poignant examples of the tension between legal constraints and political freedoms. While their contexts differ, both men illustrate how gag orders can become focal points in broader discussions about democracy, justice, and the right to free speech. As these narratives unfold, they will continue to provoke debate on how best to balance these competing values in democratic societies.